Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Wednesday, March the 21st, 2012. Well, a continuation of the trend to the downside today. Previous day's trading we had a downtrend established with the candle making a lower high and a lower low. Today that downtrend continues because the market has failed to change the trend to the upside, so the previous trend remains in force, even though in bar chart terms we have an inside day. It's a day where the sellers were unable to trade down below the low of the previous candle, but also unable to trade above the high of the previous candle, and that does raise some doubt about continuation of the trend to the downside. It's a black body candle, so it's a continuation of the sellers making net bearish progress, and we've had the sellers close with only a moderate amount of control. For the previous day's trading we had a strong shadow on the bottom of the candle where the market tested down to 1400, and for today's trading the market tested down to around 1400 as well, trading to the low at 1400.64, and the sellers lost commitment down around that area. It's also a spinning top type candle, so does raise more doubt because of the indecision with the spinning top candle, and the market is set up for a potential change of trend back to the upside. In terms of Ichimoku, the market's bullish in all three timeframes, trading above the cloud, the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, and the Chikou span is confirming the bullishness that we're seeing in the market. The Tenkan-sen is pointing up fairly sharply, reflecting strong upside momentum, and that will be a solid area of support for this market if the market does come off. But for tomorrow's trading, obviously 1400 is a very strong level for this market and has offered itself as support on two occasions now. With this spinning top type candle and that strong support down below, there's a very strong chance that we could see the change of trend back to the upside, so the high of the current candle is an important level, and let's look for a potential higher high and higher low for the market to test to 1414 and above. Next, moving to gold, and with this market again is similar to the equities markets, an inside day in bar chart terms. It's a doji type candle, and it does raise strong doubt about continuation of the trend to the downside. Previous day we had a downtrend established on a black bodied candle, but a long shadow where the market found support down around the 1643.7 level. Today the market's traded down to near that level and to the bottom of the cloud, the all important support at the bottom of the cloud, and we've seen the sellers lose commitment down around that area for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th occasion in the last 6 days. It does set the market up for a potential change of trend. The doji type candle tells us that the neither side has made net bullish nor bearish progress, so the sellers have lost a lot of momentum to the downside, and it's little wonder with this strong support down below. Having said that, however, we do have a long shadow on the top of this candle, so the buyers also lost commitment, so quite a bit of indecision in this market. If the market does trade up, then 1667 is an important resistance level. Just looking in bigger picture terms, we do have a potential flag pattern happening. Here's the flagpole, here's the flag, and they tend to be continuation patterns, so we should watch the bottom barrier for a potential breakout, but that bottom barrier will coincide with this strong support at 1643 in the bottom of the cloud. So if we get a bearish close down below there, then we could see lower levels, initially down to 1625 and then lower. If the trend does continue up, there is potential resistance all the way through the cloud, including that 1667 level, and then up to the Tenkan-sen trading at 1676 and up to the round number 1700. In terms of Ichimoku, the market's neutral by trading within the cloud, but bearish in the medium term and fast term time frames by trading below the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, and that Kijun-sen is still flat and price action may be attracted back towards there. So for tomorrow's trading, let's watch up around the 1667 level, but don't discount a test down below 1643. Next, moving to light sweet crude oil, and here in this market again we see an inside bar in bar chart terms, a bar with a lower high but a higher low. Seems to be a bit of a theme in most markets, a lot of indecision in a lot of markets at the moment. This is a spinning top type candle, not quite perfect. There's a bit of asymmetry with the shadows, a longer shadow on the top than on the bottom, But we have a white body candle which tells us something about the change of sentiment in the market. Previously we had this very strong black body candle with the sellers in control and committed. Today the buyers have made net bullish progress. They have taken control of this market, but only very, very weak. The market's closed quite close to the midpoint level, so weak control to neither side having control, but the important thing is that the sellers have lost control, and we have an inside day where the sellers weren't strong enough to take out the low of the previous candle. The sellers did find support down around the 106.24 level where the Tenkan-sen is trading at, and we also found resistance at the 106.95 level that I mentioned yesterday. That's a very, very strong level for this market, so we saw the buyers losing commitment up there. There is, however, potential for that change of trend because the sellers are no longer supporting the trend to the downside, so we do need to watch the high of the current candle and a test up to higher levels, potentially up to 108.69 or up to 110.45 if we do see some strong bullishness coming into the market. In terms of Ichimoku, the market's bullish in all three timeframes by trading above the cloud, above the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, and the Chikou span is supporting the bullishness that we're seeing in the market. So a market today where the sellers lost control and lost commitment, but certainly not a strong day for the buyers either. The 106.95 level does look as though it's a very, very important level if we are going to have a change of trend.